It's not every day that you actually find something that's of great value at the mid-range segment. It's usually dominated by Xiaomi and the other China brands. But here we have a phone that's coming from a brand that isn't too well known yet, especially in the Western regions or Western countries. This phone is the Infinix Zero 8, and you might have seen this being featured on MKBHD, and I think Infinix is definitely on the right path. But let me tell you more about my experience after using this for 4 months right after this intro. So again, we have this Infinix Zero 8 right here. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the quick unboxing just so you guys would see what's included in the package. So we have a soft case that's already included, and this comes with a screen protector. But this time, you are gonna be the one who will install the screen protector. I guess for some people it's nice because now you have the option to either have a screen protector on your display or not to have it, like what I did here. And then you also have the 33-watt charger, but something to take note of is that this is actually very small as compared to the other 33-watt chargers that I've tried before. And then you also have a USB Type-C charging cable, and a really nice touch for those who appreciate something like this, it also comes with a wired set of earphones. Now let's go ahead and check out the ports and the design on this. So first off, at the bottom we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, and a USB-C port, and one down-firing speaker. So this only comes with a mono speaker. On the right side we have the fingerprint scanner on top of the power button, and then we also have the volume rockers there as well. On top it's pretty much clean. And then on the left side, we have the SIM card tray and expandable memory card slot. So this is a triple slot setup. You have the option to insert a dual SIM card and then the expandable memory card. This has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection in the front, and we have a dual camera setup for your selfie cameras, and one of these is actually a huge 48 megapixel camera, and the other one is an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. Really nice. Now at the back we have this very unique looking design. So you can see already this has a diamond shaped camera module, and this is a quad camera setup highlighted by the 64 megapixel main sensor. This has a Sony IMX686, so that's a really decent camera. And then we have the 3 other lenses, and let's not forget we do have the Infinix branding right over there. And this back panel, by the way, is made out of plastic, so this has the glass-stick finish, which I hate so much. The body as well is plastic, and let's go ahead and check out how much this weighs, because this one is a really big boy, but surprisingly it only weighs 210 grams. All right, so I have this huge ROG 5 phone with me, so let's compare these two side by side, and as you can see, it's almost as tall, or probably the same height as the ROG Phone 5, but the ROG Phone 5 is noticeably much heavier than the Infinix Zero 8. So that's just to give you an idea of how big this phone is. So the main problem with the glass-stick finish is, again, this can get scratched easily, and also you really have to wipe off the smudges. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there are a few scratches right here at the back, and that's because, again, I didn't put any case on this, and that's what happens. You get bumps, bruises, nicks, scratches, and all that if you don't protect your phone. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out the specs on this. So this one comes with 128 gigabytes of storage. It has an 8 gigabyte RAM, really good for this price. And then we have, of course, the main highlight of this is the Helio G90T. So this is meant for gaming at the mid-range segment. On the software side, we have Android 10, and it comes with the Infinix XOS. If you haven't encountered this yet, I'm going to be telling you more about this. So a quick tidbit about the XOS, it comes with a ton of bloatware. So if you've seen the reviews of the Infinix Zero 8, I'm sure a lot of people have pointed this out already, but I'm not kidding you guys, this is probably the most bloatware I've seen. And then you'll get a lot of notifications from the said bloatware, and it can get really annoying. Now, fortunately, most of these bloatware can be uninstalled. So for example, we already have games right here. So I'm just gonna show you. So we can uninstall this easily, like so, and then All right, just like that. So no problem uninstalling most of this bloatware. Now there is one more problem when it comes to the bloatwares that it comes with. Most of these bloatwares will give you notifications. Now to stop getting these notifications, all you need to do is to tap and hold the icon, and then you go to application details, notifications, and then just turn off the show notification settings. And that's it. And then of course you also have tons of ads on this one, but you can turn that off as well. Yeah, so far the software is smooth, it runs perfectly. This is a processor that's been used on a lot of phones already, but it's a really nice processor. Overall, I loved my experience with this. You can use this as your daily driver and you won't find any issues when it comes to its performance. Now let's move on to the display. How good is the display? Well, the first thing to note of is that this comes with a 90Hz screen refresh rate, and you can see that here. One thing that I noticed about the LCD panel is, of course, aside from it being so huge as compared to other mid-range phones out there, is the fact that it's not as saturated or as vibrant as the other phones that I've reviewed before. So this one comes in a very almost neutral color when it comes to its display, and sometimes you'd actually mistake this for looking too dull. Now I'm not sure if what you can see from my camera is the actual thing, but I really hope that I can replicate what I'm actually seeing in person, because this one is lacking some saturation. I tried to toggle the display colors in this, but apparently I couldn't find the color settings for this one. That's a fair warning to you guys out there. If you are looking for a vibrant, more saturated looking display, this might not be the one for you. But when watching videos, the images look sharp, especially when you're watching 1080p content. Now there is another problem that I want to tell you though. This only comes with Widevine level 3, which means no go for HD Netflix, Amazon Prime, or your other favorite streaming services. I was actually a little bit bummed about that fact, because I would have loved watching HD movies on this, but it is what it is. Hopefully Infinix can address this in their future releases. Please give us Widevine level 1. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the camera. Now, the Sony IMX686 sensor is a very good camera sensor for phones. Now, the photos that I got from the Infinix Zero 8 are actually decent, but not quite there yet when it comes to its competition. So if you are targeting the Zero 8 for its camera quality, you might want to check out the samples that I have in the description box. You know, just to give you guys a better idea of how good the photos are and if they are actually acceptable for you. Now, as for the camera features, these are the things that you can see. So we have like a short video, bokeh effect, super night mode, which this is something that I was actually very happy about, and I'll tell you more about that. The AR shot, the slow motion, the pro mode, panorama, documents, and the super macro. So the super night mode on this is absolutely my favorite feature of the Infinix Zero 8. The super night mode takes your photos to the next level when it comes to taking night shots. The sharpness, the brightness, and the exposure of your photos are so good. So if there is one thing that Infinix did well, it's this one. The super night mode. This is definitely something that I would consider getting if I wanted to take good photos at nighttime and I wanted a phone that is on the mid-range level. As for videos, you can take 4K 30 frames per second, but again, the output is nothing to write home about. It's just okay. Colors are a little bit underwhelming, but I guess that gives you some space to adjust the colors, the contrast, the saturation. You know, it gives you some leeway to color grade your videos, but as it is straight out of the camera, there seems to be some work that needs to be done for you to be satisfied with the actual output. I mean, at least that is what I felt when I was looking at the videos and the photos that I got. Now, as for gaming, this is actually really awesome. For the price that you can get this for, this will allow you to play most games at medium to high graphical settings. Now, unfortunately for Mobile Legends, I still don't have the ultra graphical settings, so you can only get HFR and high graphical settings, but Mobile Legends runs perfectly, very smooth gaming performance. I hardly noticed any frame drops. Even when I was in heavy clashes, the G90T was able to handle those kind of scenarios. You might be asking me about Genshin Impact. This can definitely run Genshin Impact. I prefer to run this on default graphics settings, as pushing it higher than the default graphical settings will definitely heat up this device in no time. Now you'll feel this heating up a little bit in this portion right here, because this area right here is where most of the components are. So yeah, overall I had a really great time playing games on this. One thing to note of is that this only has 180 Hz touch sampling rate. Now that isn't bad, but it's also not as good as other phones out there. The Poco X3 has 240 Hz touch sampling rate, but you know, those are things that you should consider when trying to pick a phone for yourself. So the Infinix Zero comes with 4,500 mAh of battery and a 33 watt fast charging capability, which is definitely very good at this price range. You can expect to use this for a full day. That's really good performance for something that has a huge display. Now I would have loved for this to have 5,000 mAh of battery, because again, this is a very tall looking phone, so I would have expected something bigger, but actually I'm very happy with the 4,500 mAh that it came with. It's surprisingly power efficient. And then of course the 33 watt fast charger allows you to charge this in about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So that's really good performance right there for its price. Now speaking of its price, I kept repeating for its price. So initially this came out at about 12,000 pesos, and now it's available for only 9,990 pesos. So consider this, what you'll be getting at this price range is 8GB of RAM, 128GB of memory, a 6.85 Full HD, and 90Hz big display. It's way bigger than your typical mid-range phones. And then you also have a 64 megapixel camera, and of course the chipset that it comes with is the powerful G90T processor. There are things that you need to think about when getting this phone. Now first off is the display isn't really the best looking display out there, and of course the camera, well, this comes with a Sony IMX686. It seems like the processing power on this is not as good as other phones that have the Sony IMX686, so you might have to tweak your photos to be able to really enjoy them. And then there's also the fact that the video capability of this is a little bit on the weaker side. If camera is one of your major considerations, you might want to check out other phones with better cameras. But for overall performance and the overall value that you can get this for, this is definitely something that you should consider, because at this price range, this really offers a ton of value, especially if you can get this for an even cheaper price. So hopefully this video was able to help you decide on whether to get the Infinix Zero 8. This is definitely something that I can recommend for anyone who's looking at a mid-range phone for a very affordable price. If you want to get one, I'll put the links in the description box. And before we truly end this video, I am giving away this phone to one lucky winner. I'll be putting all of the mechanics in the description box, so you guys will be able to join this giveaway, and all you have to do is just follow all of the mechanics. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell button so you can watch more videos like this in the future. And that's it for today, guys. Keep safe and have a great day.